Do not let the fear of rejection control your life. If there's a girl you want to ask out, if there's something you want to do, if there's just some idea you have, present it, do it. Because what you don't want to do is wait around and never get the opportunity to do that. And you're going to regret that. And the pain of that regret is going to be way worse than the pain of rejection. The pain of rejection is temporary. The pain of rejection helps you learn things. It builds you. It desensitizes you. You know what I mean? If you were scared of fire and you stayed around fire more, you would become more used to the fire, right? Same thing with ice baths and stuff like that. It never really gets that comfortable, but you build a certain, sensitivity or desensitivity to it. So all the times in my life when I have missed out on relationships, when I missed out on things, it came from me waiting around. It came from me not wanting to face rejection, because rejection is scary. But the more you do something, as I said, the easier it becomes. Now, it's all up to you. It's all about your perspective. If you perceive rejection to be scarier than regret, you're going to always avoid confrontation. You're going to always avoid approaching people. You're going to always avoid presenting who you are. But if you think that regret is scarier than rejection, if you think regret is scarier than inactivity, all those things, activity, your life is going to change. Me, one of my biggest fears is being on my deathbed and regretting my life, regretting that I didn't do this, regretting that I didn't do that. So that makes me, and it motivates me to do things. So when you approach things, like you see this girl over there and you're like, man, I don't want to go over there and get rejected. Your mind should be saying, man, I don't want to regret not going to talk to this girl. You know what I'm saying? And the more you practice that, the more you present that, it's going to be fake bravado at first, because you got to be delusional until it works. Once it's worked, it's no longer delusion, it's just who you are. But you're going to have to build up that courage and practice being more courageous and be simple. Most people approach girls with the idea of dating them. It shouldn't be that way. You should approach a girl with the idea of talking to them, because you could truly never get rejected if your goal is to talk to them. Let's be honest. If you walk up and say, hey, mission is complete. Now, what you do with that conversation is another story. So really, really key into that, simplifying things and just knowing, or, you know what I'm saying, understanding that that pain of regret is going to last with you forever, and you don't want to do that. There was this girl I liked when I was younger. Man, I was in love with her. I'm not going to lie to you, but I sat around and waited. I was like, man, I don't want to ask her out. I don't want to ruin our relationship. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. A few weeks later, she got a boyfriend. And I ain't going to lie to you, I straight up asked her. I said, why did you do that? Like, we had a thing going on. Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to us? And she said, I liked you, but you never showed me. And I was like, but I used to walk you to class, and, we used to hug, and I used to text and call you all the time. And she was like, but I thought you didn't like me. I thought you just seen me as a friend or something. So, and when I tell you, that sent me on one of those, like, damn. Spend some time away, getting ready for the day. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I had a whole playlist that I called Sad. It was that bad, man. But don't wait around, man. You literally never know what's gonna happen. And on the other side of things, I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. And bro, the things that I accomplished within years of talking to girls and beating around the bush and approaching girls, before I actually got over that fear, I was accomplishing those things in 2-3 weeks, if that, because I was being upfront, I was being honest, and I was communicating what I wanted, and I was wasting less time. If you get rejected, that's just less time wasted. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what we want from a person regardless. Like, if you meet a girl and you're like, all right, I want her to be my girlfriend, but, we got to take the proper steps, be friends, then, blah, 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 blah. But if you go ahead and build that from the jump and be like, yo, I want you to, be my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, I don't really see you like that. That lets you know, you 2 weeks in, you already know, all right, well, cool. Then you might back off, and then just because you back off, she might come back. I didn't tell you that, though. But anyways, I do understand why the fear of rejection is so strong, especially in these days, because I don't know if y'all ran into it, but women be rude as hell. Like, they will literally try to humiliate you for no reason. You simply say hello. They make you feel like you creeping on. That was one of the big things I had to get over. It always, the way they acted, it made me feel like I was a creep, which I know I'm not. But it's like, it's like, why are you so disturbed? All I said was hello. You know what I'm saying? I approached you. I didn't come behind your back and tap you like, hey. Like, I literally seen you. I approach you, but you seem so bothered. It's like, all right, cool. When they do that, just walk away, my bro. No worries. You have a nice day. Walk away. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I do understand why. And then you have, you don't want to end up on TikTok approaching a girl, end up on Instagram going viral. But let me tell you something. If that is your biggest concern, you are never going to succeed in anything in life, because this world is twisted. The same world that I'm talking about is the same world that makes fun of people for trying. It makes fun of people for pursuing their dreams. It makes fun of people for working to provide for their families. There's people who are unemployed, broke, have no dreams, have no aspirations, and they pick on people who work and provide for their family. They pick on people who actually try and fail while trying. You understand what I'm saying? But a failure is not a failure. It is just a lesson. There's no losses, only lessons. But this world picks on people for that. And the same things that people have been picked on for many years have become trends now. So if the way the world is scares you, it shouldn't at all. I really hope that perspective gives you some insight on why you should just be yourself and lock in who you are. Because the way this world is, it doesn't matter, my friend. It really does not matter. And I'm gonna tell you something also. Let's say you was to approach a girl and you ended up on TikTok. There's gonna be a lot of stupid comments, but there's gonna be a chain of people who, like, all he did was say hello. Like, this is stupid. Why did you even post? This guy's not a creep. You just want attention. It's always gonna happen because the truth, the law of the universe, the truth has to come. The truth has to come out. It has to come out. And when you know who you are, you don't have to worry about anybody saying anything. There's no girl in the history of, my liking or communication that can say I creeped on them, that I stalked them, that I did this, that I did that, because I know who I am. Whatever they could say, it wouldn't bother me because I know who I am. So you just really have to key into that, man, and understand, man. Life is just life. You might be, you might be 20 no's away from finding your dream girl. If I told you you had 150 no's until you found your dream girl, do you know how many times you would approach her? Hey, how are you doing? You want to be my girlfriend? No. I'm excited to get to the next one. You would keep going and keep going and keep going. That's why people tell you to keep trying, because you're going to build that desensitivity, and you're going to get closer to your goal. The more shots you miss, the closer you are to hitting your goal. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't shoot, you never know. You'll never know. So my friend, for the reinsurance, if you want to ask her out, ask her out. If you want to talk to her. Always be respectful. Never be too pushy. But communicate what you want and communicate what you're willing to do. Like if I was talking to a girl right now, I was like, look, we got a good connection. We got a good vibe. I honestly like to have you around. You know what I mean? And, I would like to take things to the next level. Well, what do you mean? I was like, well, I want you to be my girlfriend. Simple, right? And you can also use this cheat code, right? This is a cheat code I use when I'm talking to a girl and I really want to move things to the next level. I sprinkle in these little seeds. I tell them things like, I really don't like hanging around a lot of people. Now, look. Pause. No homo. For the immature people. But I'm going to place you in the perspective of a lady, okay? So I would tell her something like this. I'll be like, look, I really don't like being around people. But, I enjoy your vibe. And when I like people, I give them this and I give them that. And I like to spend time with them, things like that. And what's going on in her head is like, we already do those things, so he must like me, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep doing those things, I really don't like being touched by people. I really don't like sleeping by people. But if I could sleep around you, I really like you and I'm really comfortable. Now her mind is thinking, well, he just slept by me this morning, and it's just going on and on and on and on, right? And then I'd be like, but you know what? People come in and out of my life, but I see you as one of those long-term friends, long-term people in my life. So I really want to establish some type of boundaries. Like, what are some things, what are your do's and don'ts? Let me know a little something. And you could even go a little deeper and be like, so what's your take on relationships? What do you look for in relationships and things like that? And she communicates hers, and then you communicate what you like, and then you sprinkle in, well, I don't think we'll have any problems. I think we're a pretty good fit. Boom! It's gonna light her world up, man. And then after that point, that's when you continue to do the excursions. You touch her a little more. You become a little more delicate and angelic and majestic in the way you touch her and talk to her, and you look into those eyes, and you look at those lips, and you look into those eyes, and you look in those lips. What? What are you thinking about? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that turned into a whole thing. But look, man, if you like the girl, let her know. If she rejects you, who cares? Move on, find something else, and just always better yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? If your acne is bad, eat better foods, clear your skin up. If your hair is shaggy and it needs to be cut, you know what I'm saying? If you can make the long hair look good, I'm all for the luscious, beautiful, majestic hair. Do that. If your clothes are not the best, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean, like I said, I always have sensitivity for the people who don't have the most, you know what I'm saying? But look, if you're not as fortunate, man, look, them secondhand shops, I get a lot of my clothes from the thrift shops. Cheap stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about the way you do it, and you got to own your clothes. Clothes don't make the man make the clothes. You know what I'm saying? So just improve yourself, man, for you, so that when you approach other people, you're presentable, and you know what I'm saying, you look nice, you smell nice, and things like that. So always increase your chances by improving yourself. So I love y'all, man. Always nice to talk to y'all, and I hope this helps somebody. Peace.